सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमः पाणिनि कात्यायन पतंजलिभ्यः शब्द विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यः नमस्कार and welcome to our 127th class today, and we are going through the second level of this book we are following, Sanskrit Swadhyaya, Teach Yourself Sanskrit, Dvitiya Diksha, second level. Vyavahara Pradeepa is the book, and we are on page 17 today. A number of nouns are being introduced here. Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Rukaranta, several nouns are now the study is picking up here, as I can say, as we see here. And please bear with us and follow the previous lessons in order to understand these lessons, the present book. It is a wonderful book, this book. So we are going here with the 14th sentence on page number 17, Srinivas. So Rukaranta Shabda Netru. I think you are supposed to derive it.
Neta Andolanam Karoti.
Neta Andolanam Karoti. Andolana means noise, commotion. So a leader is creating commotion. Ravi. Ravihi
Lokam Rakshati.
Ravi is Surya. Ravi means Surya. Ravihi Lokam Rakshati. Sun protects the world. Sun protects the world, meaning part. Just Datru. Data.
Mahan Bhavati.
Data is a donor. Datru Shabda. This is Rukaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Data is a donor. A donor is a great person. Mahan Bhavati means he is great. Bhavati is Asti. Data Mahan Asti Mahan Bhavati. A donor is great. Adhivaktru, lawyer.
Adhivaktaraha Vadam Mandayanti.
Adhivaktaraha Vadam Mandayanti. So the lawyers, what is they back up or they augment the argument. Lawyers, adhivaktaraha vadam mandayanti. Lawyers back up their argument, mandayanti. Then sadhu, plural. Sadhavaha.
Sadhavaha apashabdam na vadanti.
Sadhu is the shabda here. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhavaha in plural. We have to use it in plural since the verb is plural given here. Vadanti, na vadanti, apashabdam. So virtuous people, learned people do not use a wrong word. Apashabdam na vadanti. They don't utter a wrong word. Virtuous people do not utter a wrong word. Sadhavaha apashabdam na vadanti. Next, Bhikshu.
Bhikshu Sancharataha.
Bhikshu. This is the verb is dual number. Sancharati, Sancharataha, Sancharanti. So Bhikshu, Bhikshu Sancharataha. Two mendicants are roaming around. Two mendicants are roaming around. Bhikshu Sancharataha. Finally, Rashi. This is Ikaranta Pullinga.
Dhanyanam Rashayah Santi.
Dhanyanam Rashayah Santi. There are heaps of grains. There are heaps of grain. That is the term. Dhanyanam Rashayah. Heaps. Rashi means heap. Heaps of grains are there. Dhanyanam Rashayah Santi. Rashi, Rashi, Rashaya. We rapidly go back to the first here. Jala Dhayaha is given. Jantu. Ekavachana is used. Jantuhu Panjare Asti. Vidhatru Ekavachana Vidhata Srishtim Karoti. Bahu is to be used in dual number. Bahuhu Bahu Spurataha. Aranye Vardante Taru. Plural of taru. Taruhu taru taravaha. Taravaha aranye vardante. Bhratru. Here dvivachana. Bhratarau. Bhrata. Bhratarau. Bhrataraha. Bhratarau patataha. Two brothers are reading. Then Bhanu, singular. Prachyam Bhanuhu Udeti, sun rises in the east. Bhiru, plural, supposed to be used. Palayante is the verb here. Ranangat Bhiravaha, Ranangat Palayante. Bhiruhu, Bhiru, Bhiravaha. Then Phala is Napumsaka Shabda. Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda. Therefore, Kati Phalani Santi, how many fruits are there? Question it is. Bahu is Ukaranta. And then Vivachana is supposed to be used. Ramasya Bahu Dirghaustaha, and Rashmi is Ikaranta Pullinga Shabda. Ray it means. So Rashmayaha Prasaranti, the rays spread. Senapati Ekavachana, it is to be used. Senapati Agre Gachati. Kavi is to be used in Vivachana. Kavi Kavyam Rachayataha. Two poets are making poetry. Kavi Kavyam Rachayataha. Shishu to be used in plural here. Sishavaha Kshiram Pibanti. And Netru Shabda just now studied. Neta Andolanam Karoti. Neta Netarau Netaraha. Ravi in singular. Ravihi Lokam Rakshati. Datru in singular. Data Mahan Bhavati. Adhivaktru in plural. Adhivaktaraha, lawyers. And then Sadhu in plural. Sadhavaha, Sadhuhu, Sadhu, Sadhavaha. Bhikshu in dual number. Dvivachana. Bhikshuhu, Bhikshu Sancharataha. And Rashi in plural. Rashayaha. Dhanyanam Rashayaha Santi. So this is how this exercise number 8 is done. We go on to a conversation. There's a description here. There's a beautiful description coming up here. Swadhyayan ma pramadaha. This is from the Taittiriya Upanishad. There is one quotation, where the message by the Guru is given to the student, outgoing students who finished their graduation, Snatakottara Diksha, it is Upadesha, Snatakottara Upadesha. This is the Upadesha instruction given by the Gurus in ancient times. So a line from that is given here. Swadhyayan ma pramadaha. Don't neglect your study. After the students leave the Gurukul, after finishing their study, and the students leave Gurukul by paying the Guru Dakshina, they are supposed to continue with their studies. Swadhyaya. Swadhyayat ma pramadaha. Do not neglect your Swadhyaya, study of the Veda. After going away from the Gurukul, they are still to continue with the study. Not only study, they are supposed to even teach. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam ma na pramaditavyam, Veda says. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. One should not neglect, students should not neglect from either from study or from teaching. Study and teaching must go on. So wonderful practice. It was a lovely, very wonderful practice in those days, that all those who were learned, educated, were ordered by the Guru to also distribute that knowledge to those people who were needy of the knowledge. So we will see here. All the important words are highlighted here in this lesson. Samajaha parivartanashilaha. You can follow me, Srinivas.
Samajaha parivartanashilaha.
Samajika vyavastha api samaye samaye parivartate.
Samajika vyavastha api samaye samaye parivartate.
Adhuniki shikshana vyavastha prachina kalasya shikshana vyavasthatah bhinna asti.
Adhuniki shikshana vyavastha prachina kalasya shikshana vyavasthatah
भिन्ना अस्ति. इदानीं प्रारंभिक माध्यमिक शिक्षार्थं विद्यालयाः उच्चशिक्षार्थं उच्चतर शिक्षार्थं च महाविद्यालयाः विश्वविद्यालयाः च भवन्ति.
इदानीं प्रारंभिक
माध्यमिक
शिक्षार्थं
विद्यालयाः उच्च शिक्षार्थं उच्चतर
शिक्षार्थं च महाविद्यालयाः विश्वविद्यालयाः च भवन्ति.
परन्तु प्राचीनकाले एतेषां सर्वेषां स्थाने गुरुकुलानि भवन्ति स्म.
परन्तु प्राचीनकाले एतेषां सर्वेषां स्थाने गुरुकुलानि भवन्ति स्म.
We will read one paragraph and then go with the explanation. Samajaha parivartanashilaha. Society is subject to change. Is changeable. Is changing. It is subject to change. Society, samaja means society. Samajaha parivartanashilaha. It has a tendency to change. You know, the society with the time society also undergoes change. Samajika vyavastha, the social order. Samajika vyavastha means the social order api also samaye parivartate, changes time to time. Samaye means from time to time. Samajika vyavastha, the social order, parivartate, changes. See, what was the social norms in Mahabharata time are not same now. What were the social practice some 200-300 years ago is not the same now. So with the time, the social norms and values also keep changing. Samajika vyavastha, social order, api also samaye parivartate. Parivartate is changes. Adhuniki sikshana vyavastha, the modern education system. Adhuniki modern sikshana education vyavastha system. Prachina kalasya sikshana vyavasthataha bhinna asti. The modern education system is different from bhinna asti, different from prachina kalasya sikshana vyavasthataha. This is different from the ancient education system. Idanim, now in the modern days, prarambhika madhyamika sikshartam, for the education of primary and middle education, madhyamika level, primary and middle level education, vidyalayaha, there are schools and colleges for the primary and middle education. Ucha sikshartham, for higher education. Ucha sikshartham means for the higher education. Ucha sikshartham, uchatara sikshartham cha, and still higher education. Higher and higher education. Ucha sikshartham, higher education, uchatara sikshartham cha, mahavidyalaya, colleges. Vidyalaya you can take in the first instance as schools. For the lower level, schools are there. For high level, colleges are there. And still higher level, universities are there. So, uchatara sikshartham cha mahavidyalayaha vishwavidyalayaha cha bhavanti. And there are ultimate, starting from patashala, from a school, vidyalaya you can say. Vidyalayaha, mahavidyalayaha, vishwavidyalayaha. Everywhere the alaya, vidyalaya is used. Vidyalaya at the primary level. Mahavidyalaya, college. Vishwavidyalaya, university. Universal school. So, Vishwavidyalayaha cha bhavanti are there. Parantu, but prachina kale, in the ancient time in India, understood, etesham sarvesham sthane, in the place of all these primary school and middle school or the college and the university, sthane gurukulani bhavanti sma. There used to be only gurukulas, the teachers' schools, you can say, ashram schools. Gurukulani bhavanti sma used to be there. Now in this anything special, we have to tell the meaning. So verb parivartate means changes, vyavastha means system, education system, vyavastha, etc. And the whole paragraph can be easily understood. Vidyalaya, school, and Mahavidyalaya, college, Vishwavidyalaya, universities. Next paragraph. Ghane aranye suramye nadi tire janashunyasu parvata guhasu cha rushayaha nivasanti sma.
Ghane aranye
suramye
nadi tire janashunyasu parvata guhasu cha rushayaha nivasanti sma.
Tesham nivasasthanam ashramah iti namna prasiddham asit.
Tesham nivasasthanam ashramah iti namna prasiddham asit.
Teshu ashrameshu gurukulani api prachalanti sma.
Teshu ashrameshu gurukulani api
prachalanti sma. Tatra mantra drashtaraha rushayah acharyaha cha bhavanti sma.
तत्र मन्त्रद्रष्टारः ऋषयः आचार्याः च
भवन्ति स्म। तेषु कश्चन ऋषिः, कश्चन महर्षिः, कश्चन च ब्रह्मर्षिः भवति स्म। ते न केवलम् आचार्याः अपि तु समाजस्य उन्नायकाः संस्कारकाः च अभवन्। उन्नायकाः वसिष्ठः विश्वामित्रः च प्रसिद्धौ ब्रह्मर्षि आस्ताम्। वाल्मीकिः वेदव्यासः च महर्षि आस्ताम्। तौ भारतस्य प्राचीनतमौ प्रसिद्धौ कवि अपि आस्ताम्। अनयोः वाल्मीकिः आदिकविः आसीत्। सः आदिकाव्यं रामायणं रचितवान्। Now in this paragraph we are given to understand that how these teachers of the ancient school system, ashram school or gurukul, were called. Ghane Aranye, where were the ashramas located? Ghane Aranye, in dense forest, thick forest. Ghana means thick, dense. Ghane Aranye, this is Saptami. Ghane Aranye, in the dense forest. Suramye Nadi Tire, on a beautiful bank of river. On the beautiful bank of, lovely bank of riverside there used to be. Jana Shunyasu Parvata Guhasu cha, and they used to be desolate, Janashunyasu, peopleless, desolate Parvata Guhasu, caves of the mountains. Nobody, people don't mostly, general public don't go to caves of the mountains, only sages and people doing meditation are occupying these places. So in such cases, Janashunyasu Parvata Guhasu, in the caves of the mountains, Rushayaha Nivasanti Sma. These sages used to live. The sages in the ancient India lived in thick forest, dense forest, in the lovely bank of the, on the lovely bank of the rivers, and also on the, in the caves of the mountains. Peopleless, desolate, desolate caves of the mountains. Tesham Nivasasthanam, their Nivasasthanam. Tesham means Rushinam. This Tesham is a pronoun, Tad pronoun. Tasya Tayoho Tesham. Sixth case. Tesham Rushinam, their. Meaning is their in English. Tesham Nivasasthanam, their residence, Ashrama iti namna prasiddham asit, was popularly known as ashrama. The residence of these sages, rishis, was known ashrama iti namna prasiddham asit. What was popular in as the residence of the sages was ashrama. Ashrama was located in such places, in the Aranya, on the Nadi Tira, in the caves of the mountains. Teshu ashrameshu, in those ashramas. Now you can see the vibhakti here. Teshu ashrameshu, saptami bahuvachanam. Tasya tasmin tayoho teshu. If you take the tad pronoun, just now Shashti I have told you, tasya tayoho tesham, tasmin saptami ekavachana, tayoho vivachana, teshu, and ashrame ashramayoho ashrameshu. Teshu ashrameshu, in those ashramas, in those resident nivasa gruheshu, in those places of residence of the sages, teshu ashrameshu, gurukulani api prachalanti sma. Gurukulani api prachalanti sma. Even the gurukulas were there. In the ashrams were located the gurukulas. What is a gurukula? That is the ancient school system. Gurukulani api prachalanti sma. They also ran, they were running. The schools were running in the ashrams only. So we say Gurukul, ashram Gurukul. Gurukul of the belonging to the ashram. So Gurukulani api prachalanti sma. Tatra there means in the ashramas, in the Gurukulas, mantra drastaraha rushayaha. Sages, Rishihi is a sage. Rishihi, Rishi, Rishayaha, Bahuvachana. Now a Rishi is called, what is the identification of the Rishi? A Rishi is one who is called mantra drasta. We already came across this word. A Rishi is called Rishi because he is a seer. In English we call him a seer. What has he seen? He has seen the mantras. He has seen the secrets of the nature. Mantra means secret of nature. There are so many secrets, even unknown to the modern scientists. So some secrets were known by the sages and they are called mantra drashta. Mantra drashta, drastru shabda, rukaranta. So in Bahuvachana, how does it go? Drashta, drashtaro, drashtaraha. Mantra drashtaraha, rushayaha. So sages are the seers of the mantras, visualizers of the mantras. Rushayaha, acharyaha cha bhavanti. They were the teachers. Who were the teachers in the Gurukulas of these ashramas? The teachers were the sages who were the visualizers, who were the seers of the, who had seen, who had the vision of the mantras. Bhavanti cha bhavanti sma. Used to be there, you can say. Teshu, among those teachers, Teshu acharyeshu, kaschana, someone, Rishihi, somebody was a Rishi, basic sage. Kaschana, some other was Maharshihi, great sage. So there are gradations among the sages. Rishi, kaschana, kahachana. This is the chana is used in an indefinite sense with kim pronoun we came across earlier. Kim shabda can be added with three avyayas. Chana, chit, api. If you remember, yes. Kaschana you can say, kaschit also you can say, kopi you can say, kaschana rishihi, kopi maharshihi, kaschit brahmarshihi. You can change that word 3 times. But here everywhere kaschana is used. Kaschana, some was a sage, some other was maharshi, great sage, and kaschanasya and some other was brahmarshi, divine sage. What do we say? A brahmarshi is supposed to be at the highest level. Rishi being at the lowest level, brahmarshi is at the highest level. Above rishi is maharshi, maha rishihi, mahan rishihi, a great sage. Rishi is rishi, a seer, and maharshihi, brahmarshi, and in between there is one more rishi also, rajarshihi. There were kings were also considered as rishis, rajarshihi. Raja plus rishihi, rajarshihi. Bhavati sma. So someone used to be a rishi, someone was a deva, maharshi, someone was brahmarshi. Now he is giving who was all this. Te means they, na kevalam acharyaha. They were not only the teachers. Te kevalam na acharyaha. They were not merely the teachers. Apitu, moreover, samajasya unnayakaha. They were the leaders of the society. These sages were not confined to their ashrams. They were also showing, guiding and instructing the people in the society. So they were unnayakaha. They were leading they were the leaders of the society, samajasya, samskarakaha cha abhavan, and they were also the reformers of the society. They were the leaders, they were the guides, they were the reformers of the society. Samskaraka means reformers. Vasishtha Vishwamitraha cha prasiddhau brahmarshi. Now look at the bold word brahmarshi, dirgha. Brahmarshihi, brahmarshi, brahmarshayaha. Rishihi, Rishi, Rishayaha. So, Vasishtha is one name and Vishwamitra is another name. These two were Brahma Rishis. These two were the Brahma Rishis, the highest Rishis. Vasishtha, Vishwamitrascha, Prasiddhau, very famous, Prasiddhau, Brahma Rishi, Astam. They were both famous Brahma Rishis. Valmiki, And the writer of the famous epic Ramayana, Valmiki, Veda Vyasaha cha, and the writer of the Mahabharata and other compositions, Maharshi Astam. These two were Maharshis. They were not Brahmarshis. Tau Bharatasya Prachinatamau Prasiddhau Kavi. These two are India's, Tau Bharatasya, India's Prachinatamau, ancient most, Prasiddhau, popular, Kavi are poets. Who? Valmiki and Vedavyasa. Now Valmiki and Vedavyasa are the monumental epoch-making people who have laid the foundation for the culture and tradition of India. One poet, Mahakavi Valmiki, wrote Ramayana, another poet, Vedavyasa, wrote the Mahabharata. And they are like the solid pillars. Two works of these two great Maharshis are like solid pillars on which the Indian tradition and culture is super structured. Without these Ramayana Mahabharata, there is no Indian culture. And therefore, Tau Bharatasya, these two, India's Prachinatamu, ancient most, Prasiddhau, famous, Kavi, poets, Api Astam were. They were also the famous poets. Not only they were famous, they are famous even now. Till as on date, there is not an Indian who does not know the name of Valmiki. He knows that at least he knows, if he does not know that Valmiki wrote Ramayana, but there is a Sanskrit poet. Vedavyasa is a great writer. What he wrote, he may not be knowing. Astam. Now you know the verb astam. This is from the asa dhatu. Asit, astam, asan is coming here. Anayoho Valmikihi Adikavihi Asit. Between these two, Anayoho means Etayoho, Dvayoho, Valmiki Vyasayoho. Anayoho means Valmiki Vyasayoho Madhye. Between these two, Valmikihi Adikavihi Asit. Valmiki is called Adikavi, the first primal, the first poet of the mankind. We can say very boldly, the first poet of the mankind. Saha, he Adikavyam Ramayanam Rachitavan. He wrote the first poem called Ramayana in 24,000 poems. Vastutaha, now we read.
वस्तुतः
भारतीय शिक्षण परंपरायाः किंचित वैशिष्ट्यम अस्ति. वैशिष्ट्यम अस्ति. शिशुः मातृगर्भे स्थितः संवर्धनकालतः एव शिक्षां प्राप्नोति. अतः माता तस्य प्रथमः गुरुः भवति. जन्मानन्तरं पिता अन्ये च ज्येष्ठाः जनाः तस्य गुरवः भवन्ति. एवं शिशुः बाल्यकाले गृहे एव प्राथमिकीं शिक्षां प्राप्नोति. यथा समयं तस्य उपनयन संस्कारः भवति. उपनयनानन्तरं वटुः गुरुकुले प्रवेशम् अर्हति. ते च वटवः ऋषीणां मार्गदर्शनेन स्वस्वविषये निष्णाताः भवन्ति. So we will pause here and explain. Vastutaha, this is an avya, Srinivas. Vastutaha means actually, in reality. In reality, Bharatiya Shikshana Paramparayaha Kinchit Vaisishtam Asti. There is some significance of Indian education, traditional educational system. Bharatiya Shikshana Paramparayaha. Bharatiya Indian Shikshana education, Parampara means tradition. Vaisishtyam means significance. There is a significance of Indian educational tradition. Sishuhu, a child, Sishuhu, Matru Garbhe Stitaha, while staying in the womb of the mother. Child, while in the womb of the mother, in his mother, Shishuhu Matru Garbhe Sthitaha, staying there, Samvardhana Kalataha, when he is getting nourished, when the child gets nourished right in the womb of the mother, right from the time of being in the mother's womb, Samvardhana Kala, there is a period of, growth period is there, na? Say, if the child gets some form, physical form in 2 months or 3 months maybe, we do not know the science, 2-3 months he gets a form, then till 9th month he will be nurtured, he will be nourished in the womb of the mother. When the 9th month is filled, the delivery time takes place. So that is Samvardhana Kalataha. So being in the womb and getting nourished, from that time eva only Siksham Prapnoti, he learns, he gets education. Now this is a very old thing, like a reference is there to Abhimanyu, when the Abhimanyu, the son of Arjun, when Abhimanyu was in the womb of his mother, and he started receiving lessons from Narada Muni and several other people, and he was responding being in the womb. So now also the modern science is coming to accept and prove also that children are learning right from their womb, right before the birth, you can say. Prenatal study, you can say, prenatal education. It can be through television. If mother always watches horrible serials, then the boy is bound to be a horrible fellow. If the mother watches some cultural programs, then he will be a cultural. So the impressions of the child are created right in the womb itself. That is how these modern kids, modern children are so smart that they are outbeating us. They learn so fast things, be it electronic item, etc. So, Siksham Prapnoti, that is what it says. Ataha, therefore, Mata Tasya Pratamaha Guru Bhavati. Therefore, mother becomes his first teacher. We say, this is there in our culture, mother is the first teacher. Mata Tasya Shishoho Prathamaha Guruhu Bhavati, becomes the first teacher. Janmanantaram, after the birth of the child, Pita Anyecha Jeshtaha, father and other elders who are there in the family, Jeshtaha, Janaha, people, Tasya Guravaha Bhavanti, they become his teachers. First teacher is mother, who teaches by way of watching television. I am just saying that. By way of watching television, but by way of reading, by reading nice things, seeing nice things, you can develop. Evam, this way, Shishuhu, Balyakale, this way, Shishuhu, a child, Balyakale, in his childhood, Gruhe Eva, at his home only, Prathamikim Siksham Prapnoti, he gets his basic education. Basic education, home is the first school for the child. So, mother starts as the first teacher, then followed by father and all elderly people who are living in the family, they begin to teach. They become the teachers. Prathamikim Siksham Prapnoti, he gets the basic education, primary education at this, what level? At home level. Yatha Samayam, in those days, Yatha Samayam Tasya Upanayana Samskaraha Bhavati. Then when the boy comes of some age, 8 years old, 9 years old, then Upanayana Samskara, 6 years, it is differently there for different people. Then this Upanayana Samskara is a Samskara. We have Shodas Samskaras in India, ancient following. So this is a thread ceremony, we call it thread ceremony, where some thread is given by the Guru, Diksha is given, and one mantra Diksha is given. And that is the starting point where the student is admitted into the Gurukula. Without the Upanayana, in those days, no student was admitted into the Gurukul. This was as if a kind of admission necessity, full admission condition, a precondition to get into the Gurukul was to get Upanayana Samskara. So after giving the Upanayana Diksha, the student was admitted into the Gurukul. He used to be with the teacher. What is the literal meaning of Upanayana? You may have been told by in the other classes or Upanishad. Upa means near, Naya is to take. Taking near the teacher. The student is taken to the teacher. And the teacher in turn takes the boy near to the God. Father takes the child to the teacher. Teacher in turn takes the boy to the near to the God by giving him the Diksha, Mantra Diksha. So that is Upanayana. Literal meaning of Upanayana. Then एवं शिशुः बाल्यकाले गृहे एव प्राथमिकीं शिक्षां प्राप्नोति यथा समयं तस्य उपनयन संस्कारः भवति. So garbhadana is one samskara, right? In the when the child is in the womb only there is a samskara. Then we have so many to start with education also. We have samskaras and what is that? I am not getting it. 16 samskaras are there. The final samskara is antyeshti. The final, when the person is dead, that is the final samskara. Keshamundana is a samskara. Evam, okay. Upanayana anantaram, after the Upanayana samskara, the thread ceremony was done, Vatuhu is called Vatu. Then he is called Vatu, a student. Gurukule pravesham arhati. Then he deserves entry into the Gurukula. Now, just now I told you, that was a precondition. Unless and until the Upanayana was done, the boy was not admitted into the Gurukul. Techa Vatavaha, those brahmacharis, Rushinam Margadarshanena, they were admitted into the Gurukul, and then Rushinam Margadarshanena, by the guidance of the Rishis, Swa Vishaye, in their respective subjects. There were several subjects. Swaswa Vishaye, in their respective subjects, Nishnataha Bhavanti. They used to become experts in the, some chose, say, some science, Vedanta Shastra, some other Vyakarana Shastra, some other studied Mimamsa Shastra, some other must have studied Rasayana Shastra, some other Ayurveda Shastra, anything. So, not only spiritual studies, there were also other secular studies also. Then next small paragraph, 3 lines. Gurukulasya Vatavaranam Shanti Pradam Bhavati Ashramam Paritaha Vividhaha Vrikshaha Lataha Cha Shobhanti Tatra Harinaha Mayuraha Anye apicha Vanyajantavaha Swachandam Brahmanti Tatra Gavaha api bhavanti Chatraha Gurunam Gavamcha Sevam Kurvanti Te Ashrama Niyaman Shraddhaya Palayanti. Now these 3 lines tell us about the environment of the ashram. Gurukulasya Vatavaranam, the atmosphere of the Gurukul school, Shanti Pradam Bhavati. It used to be very peaceful, not like the hustle bustle of the modern day schools, where school buses make hell of noise and students are admitted in big numbers. One class 80 students, 90 students and one teacher, 1:90. If I remember, the famous ancient most university of India, most famous university, Nalanda University and Takshashila University. Takshashila is now in Pakistan. Nalanda was in Bihar. The university which ran for 1000 years, 2000 years it ran. It was a university which gave education for long period, admitted 1000 students with 1000 teachers. Nalanda University, which is there, even relics of Nalanda right now. The Bihar government and government of India, they are both saving, they are restructuring the ancient university premises. So there were 2000 students were admitted one time, sometime 1000 students, and 2,000 students and 1,000, like that they say. That the ratio, if I remember correctly, was 1:10. One teacher, 10 students in the Nalanda University. Now, if you go to intermediate, we have an intermediate education system here in Andhra Pradesh, in our state. One teacher is equal to 120 students. See the ratio now. What is 120 students and one teacher? How can one teacher teach to 120, be it 120 or 100? Beyond any rational thinking it is. So students are dumped like goats, sheep into the class. They are made to study under this kind of, in the Gurukul system there used to be 10, maybe 15. One teacher used to teach them. So the atmosphere was naturally Shanti Pradam, very peaceful. Ashramam Paritaha, around the ashram, the Vividhaha Vrikshaha, there used to be various plants, various trees, Lataha, creepers, Shobhanti used to be there, beautify. So you can imagine a beautiful school, garden school, full of students living in nature and living under the care of the kind rishis. Tatra there, Harinaha, Mayuraha, Anye Picha Vanya Jantavaha, Swachandam Brahmanti. And in this background, there used to be deer roaming freely. Swachandam means freely. Harinaha, the deer, Mayuraha, peacocks, Anye Picha, and other also, and other Vanya Jantava, wild animals, tame animals, you can say. Swacha, not wild here. Vanya Jantava means here other tame animals like cows, etc. Vanya Jantavaha, Swachandam, very freely, Brahmanti. Brahmanti means they used to roam around in the ashram along with the students. Tatra Gavaha, there in the ashramas, Gavaha, cows used to be there, Api Bhavanti. Chhatraha, Gurunam, Gavam cha Sevam Kurvanti. And the students there, Vatavaha, the students used to do the service to not only to the teachers, even to the cows. So Gomata, since India considers cow as a mother of, the importance that is given to this animal is not given to any animal in our culture. Go, because it has such an importance. Everything of the cow is so useful. Cow gives us bulls. Cow gives milk, and the cow shit is also useful for making gobar gas. And in some other Ayurvedic treatments, the cow shit is also used for curing some diseases. Cow urine is also used for medication. So there is a therapy, cow urine therapy is there. And then when the cow, through cow only we get bulls, and bulls are used in ancient and even now in villages in India for farming. Cultivation purpose we have to have bulls. Not all farmers have their modern equipment, machinery, etc. So cow is supposed to be the most pious and sacred animal of the India. So they used to serve Gurunam, Gavam. Now look at the word here, Gavam, Srinivas. Gavam, Shashti Bahuvachana. Gavam and Gurunam, both are in Shashti, Sevam Kurvanti. These students used to serve the teachers and the cows. Te Ashrama Niyaman Shraddhaya Palayanti. And these students followed the rules of the ashram with full sincerity. Shraddhaya Ashrama Niyaman Palayanti, they used to protect. Next passage. Vaidika Kale, Pauranika Kale cha, Gurukulasya Prasiddhi Adhika Asit. न केवलं राजपुत्राः किन्तु ऋषिपुत्राः श्रमिकपुत्राः अपि गुरुकुले पठन्ति स्म ते गुरुकुलात् सर्वविधां शिक्षां प्राप्य राष्ट्रस्य आदर्शनागरिकाः भवन्ति स्म तत्र पठित्वा तेन केवलं
तेन केवलं
वेदोपनिषत् पुराण दर्शनादि शास्त्रेषु
वेदोपनिषत् पुराण दर्शनादि शास्त्रेषु
किन्तु
किन्तु
नानाविधासु शिल्पकलासु
नानाविधासु शिल्पकलासु
विविधासु
विविधासु
शस्त्रविद्यासु
शस्त्रविद्यासु
चापि
चापि
पटवः भवन्ति स्म।
पठवः भवन्ति स्म।
अर्जुनः
अर्जुनः
धनुर्विद्यायां पटुः आसीत्।
धनुर्विद्यायां पटुः आसीत्।
भीमः
भीमः
दुर्योधनः
दुर्योधनश्च
गदाविद्यायां
गदाविद्यायां
पटु आस्ताम्।
पटु आस्ताम्।
Now, and at the same time, watch the bold words here, Srinivas. Patavaha, patuhu, patu. Full prathama is derived here. Patuhu, patu, patavaha. It is nothing but ukaranta pumlinga shabda like guruhu, guru, guravaha. Or shambhuhu, shambhu, shambhavaha. Any ukaranta pullinga you can derive same way. Now, in this paragraph, Vaidika Kale, during the Vedic time, Pauranika Kalecha, and also during the time when Puranas were composed, Puranas, Ashtadasha Puranas, Gurukulasya Prasiddhihi Adhika Asit. The importance of Gurukula was more during the Vedic and the Pauranic time. Say Vedic time means ancient time only. Pauranic time means some thousands of years ago. We cannot say pinpointedly the period. न केवलं not only राजपुत्राः किन्तु ऋषिपुत्राः श्रमिकपुत्राः अपि गुरुकुले पठन्ति स्म. And who all the people read in the Gurukulas? न केवलं not only Rajaputraha, the sons of the kings, not only the king's children, kintu Rishiputraha, the sons of the sages. In the Gurukul, sages' sons were there, sons of the sages, sons of the kings, sons of the Shramika Putraha, ordinary laborer, ordinary people, their children all used to be in one place without any discrimination. I am the son of the Rishi, I am the son of the, no discrimination used to be there. Shramika Putra abhi Gurukule patanti sma, they studied there. Te Gurukulat, they all these students, Gurukulat from the Gurukula, Sarva Vidham Siksham Prapya, after getting all types of education, Rashtrasya Adarsha Nagarikaha Bhavanti, they were becoming the, Adarsha Shishyaha means Nagarikaha, they were becoming respectable citizens of the country. Adarsha means here respect. Adarsha Nagarikaha Bhavanti Sma. My Rashtra here means Deshasya. Rashtra is used in the sense of Desha. Rashtrasya, Deshasya, Bharata Deshasya, Adarsha Nagarikaha Bhavanti Sma. Tatra Patitva, having studied there in the Gurukula, Tena Kevalam, they not only Vedopanishad Purana Darshanadi Shastreshu, they not only studied and became experts in Veda, Upanishad, Purana, Darshana, Shad Darshanas are there, na? Sankhya, Nyaya, Yoga, etc. Darshana, Shastreshu, Kintu, but Nana Vidhasu, Shilpakalasu, they were also trained in various types of Shilpakala, architecture, and Vividhasu, Shastra Shividyasu, and they were also experts, made expert in Vividhasu, various types of Shastra Vidya, means surgeries. We have in Ayurveda different types of surgeries. Susruta is there, Charaka is there, doctors who are referred to ancient doctors. So Shastra Vidya, what was most popular in those days, Shastra Vidya was plastic surgery. Surgery was very popular in ancient India. When the soldiers in the war used to get arms and limbs and fingers cut, there used to be plastic surgery done to them. And that developed, it seems, very high in those days, plastic surgery. So, Shastra Vidya Asucha cha api patavaha bhavanti sma. Now, the word patavaha means experts here. Vatavaha means students. See, the two words are very confusing somewhat. Earlier we have come across vatavaha, vatuhu, vatuhu, vatavaha. Patuhu, patuhu, patavaha. Patuhu means expert. One who has the expertise with him, expert. So Patavaha bhavanti sma. These students became experts in all these things. Arjuna, for example, we are taking the example of Arjuna. Arjuna, Dhanur Vidyayam, in the archery, in the science of archery, Patuhu Asit was expert. Arjuna was an expert in the science of archery. Bhimaha Duryodhanascha, and Bhima and both Duryodhana, the opponent cousins, Bhima and Duryodhana. Gada Vidyayam, in the science of mace, Gada is mace. This Bhima, a character in Mahabharata, is always with his Gada, mace, M-A-C-E, mace. And Duryodhana, the eldest son of the Dhritarashtra, the blind king Dhritarashtra, was also equally an expert in Gada, Gada Yuddha, Gada Vidya. Yamcha Patu Astam. Now look at the word. Patu has changed to Patu. These two were experts in the use of mace. Next, so 3 lines small. Kaurava Pandavanam Guruhu.
Kaurava Pandavanam Guruhu.
Dronacharya.
Dronacharya.
Ekalavyasya api Guruhu Asit.
Ekalavyasya api Guruhu Asit.
Parantu Ekalavyah Gurukule na patitavan.
Ekalavyah Gurukule na patitavan.
Dronacharyasya pratikrutihi eva.
Dronacharyasya pratikrutihi eva.
Tasya Guruhu Asit.
Tasya Guruhu Asit.
Now these 3 lines tell us about one character in the Mahabharata, Ekalavya. The picture is there. Ekalavya was a tribal person who was not admitted, who did not want and was not admitted into the Gurukul. He was not a student of Dronacharya, but he kept the Pratima, image of Dronacharya, the great Acharya, and started practicing. And he practiced it in such a way that he outshone or he outsmarted even Arjuna in archery. He was outsmarting, he really did outsmart Arjuna in archery, and sensing this, the Dronacharya teacher sensed that this person will overtake Arjuna and made him humble by taking Guru Dakshina, and that Guru Dakshina was the thumb. When the teacher Dronacharya goes and asks for the Guru Dakshina, the student is prepared to give him. When he asks for the thumb of without the thumb no arrow can be shot. So Dronacharya that way makes Arjuna the number 1 archer at a time when this person was practicing privately without Guru. So he kept an image like this, that is called, what is the word used here? Pratikrutihi means image. Dronacharyasya pratikrutihi. So Kaurava Pandavanam Guruhu Dronacharya. Dronacharya was the teacher of both the Kauravas and the Pandavas, the sons of the Dhritarashtra, the blind king, and also the sons of the Pandu, all the 5 Pancha Pandavas. Ekalavyasya api Guru, but he was also later considered as the Guru of the Ekalavya. Dronacharya accepted him as his Guru after taking the Guru Dakshina. Parantu Ekalavya Gurukule na patitavan, but this Ekalavya did not study in the Gurukul. Dronacharyasya pratikruti eva tasya Guru asid. He kept the image he made an image of the Guru and started practicing. Now this shows how important it is to have a Guru in Indian educational system. Now the Veda says, Tad Vijnanartham sa Gurumeva abhigachet. Veda says that for the knowledge of that, Tad Vijnanartham, for that knowledge, for any knowledge, be it secular or religious, one must go to the Guru. Tad Vijnanartham sa Gurum eva. Veda says Gurum eva abhigachet. One must approach Guru for the sake of knowledge. There is no knowledge coming. Now, rarely it comes like in the case of the Ekalavya. How much time now?
6 minutes.
Next paragraph will take. Gurukule patitva kaschana neta bhavati sma.
Gurukule patitva kaschana neta bhavati sma.
Kaschana vakta bhavati sma.
Kaschana vakta bhavati sma.
Kaschana yodha bhavati sma.
Kaschana cha yodha bhavati sma.
Sandipani maharshehe gurukule.
सान्दीपनी महर्षेः गुरुकुले
कृष्णः बलरामश्च योद्धारौ अभवताम्.
पठित्वा कृष्णः बलरामः.
अच्छा, ओके. सान्दीपनी महर्षेः गुरुकुले पठित्वा
सान्दीपनी महर्षेः गुरुकुले पठित्वा
कृष्णः बलरामः च योद्धारौ अभवताम्. तौ वक्तारौ नेतारौ अपि अभवताम्. तस्मिन् गुरुकुले दरिद्रः सुदामा अपि अपठत्. कृष्णः सुदामा च बन्धू आस्ताम्. तयोः मैत्री इतिहास प्रसिद्धा अस्ति. अनेन स्पष्टं भवति यत् गुरुकुले भूपतेः दरिद्रस्य च शूनवः सार्धम् एव पठन्ति स्म. तेषां मध्ये समानता आसीत्. उच्च-नीच-भावस्य तत्र सर्वथापि अवकाशः न आसीत्. सौहार्दपूर्णे वातावरणे स्थित्वा छात्राः विविधविद्यानां वेत्तारः भवन्ति स्म. Now in this paragraph there are many words, rukarantas. Sorry, rukaranta shabdas are coming. You can see Gurukule patitva, having studied in the Gurukula. This tva pratyaya we have come across, tvanta. Gurukule patitva, having studied in the Gurukul. Kaschana, some student, neta bhavati sma, became a leader. Some became a leader. Kaschana, some other student, vakta bhavati sma, he became a speaker. Kaschana yodha bhavati sma, some other became fighter, warrior, yodha, warrior. Sandipani Maharshehe Gurukule, there was a guru, teacher by name Sandipani. In his Gurukula studied Lord Krishna and his brother Balarama. Sandipani Maharshehe, he was a Maharshi. Gurukule, Patitva, having studied in the Gurukula of Sandipani Maharshi, Krishnaha Balaramaha cha, Krishna and his elder brother Balarama, Yodharo Abhavatam, they became warriors. Tau Vaktaro Netaro Api Abhavatam, they not only became warriors, Vaktaro, speakers, Netaro, leaders also they became. They became warriors, speakers and leaders. So you watch the verb here, abhavatam, abhavat, abhavatam, abhavan. Like the verb asit, astam, asan. Abhavat means became, abhavatam two people became, abhavan many people. Tasmin Gurukule Daridraha Sudama api apatat. In that very Gurukula of Sandipani, a poor, Daridraha means a poor, who studied Sudama, a poor student by name Sudama also studied there. Krishnaha Sudama cha bandhu astam. Krishna and this Sudama had some relation also. Tayoho Maitri, their friendship is a classical example given out. So, Tayoho Maitri, their friendship, Itihasa Prasiddha Asti, is famous in the history. Whose friendship? Friendship between Krishna and Sudama. So, there is a story like when Krishna became the king and built the Dwaraka Nagar, which is there in ocean now. Now also it is there. After Krishna left this planet Earth, the ocean took over the city which was built by Lord Krishna, the Dwaraka Nagar in Gujarat. Now it is there submerged in the ocean. Photographs are all there. The entire city is seen. So once this Sudama happened to go on the advice of his wife, because he was very poor, he wanted to get some gifts or some money from the classmate Krishna. So he goes to Krishna, and you know that story, famous story, and how Krishna treats him, Sudama, Kuchela. How he is called Kuchela also because he had very bad clothing. He did not have proper clothes to wear also. Ku chela means bad clothes. So after visiting Krishna, Lord Krishna and the king of Dwaraka, he was turned into a very rich man by the mercy of Lord Krishna, they say. So this is an example quoted often, famous in the epic. Where are we? Tayoho Maitri Itihasa Prasiddha Asti is very famous in the epics. Anena Spastam Bhavati, by this it becomes very clear that Yat Gurukule Bhupatehe Daridrasya Sunava Sardameva Patantisma. By this it is very clear that in the Gurukul, a king's, there was no difference between a king's son and a Daridra's son. No difference between the king's son and a poor man's son. Sunavaha Sardam. So, king's sons and poor people were together studying in the Gurukula. This is the perfect example. Is the time over? Sardam Patantisma. Tesham Madhye Samanata Asit. There was equality among them. Tesham Madhye, among them, Samanata, equality was there. Asit. Uccha Nicha Bhavasya Tatra Sarvathapi Avakashaha na Asit. There was no scope of Uccha Nicha. Was somebody is higher, somebody is lower. There is no question of higher, lower among them. Sauharda Purne Vatavarane, they all stayed stitva, staying in a very congenial, friendly atmosphere. Chhatraha, the students, Vividha Vidyanam Vetaraha Bhavantisma. They studied several sciences, several subjects. Vividha Vidyanam Vetaraha. They became the knowers of several education, several subjects like that. We will stop here. Shubham Bhuyat.